And we're back. You're listening to Art Business Mentor, the radio show on Talk Radio 1080 WKJK. I'm sorry, I can't help but do that deep, cheesy radio voice whenever I do that. Just bear with me. I'm trying to have fun here, guys. Okay, in the show we're discussing shopping people in order to get ahead in your arts career or in your life or in your own bag of BBs, which is your spectacle. I like that metaphor. I'm thinking of like turning that to an art project, a big bag of BBs. Anyway, what we're discussing very quickly in the first part of the show, I was talking about how the spectacle is essentially, that's where the BBs metaphor comes from, are clusters of people of influence that essentially inhabit your individual spectacle, because people that are influential to me are not influential to you, are not influential to my mom, are not influential to my mailman, you know, etc., etc., etc. In other words, everybody's got their own spectacle that they're living in, and the people that occupy that spectacle, that influence that spectacle, are very different. I mean, there's a large group of people in this world who actually say, for example, have the cops, the police officers, and the justice system occupy a very large part of their spectacle of influence, and then there's many of us who don't really have any brush with them at all. Thank you very much, as I'm knocking on wood. So anyway, that was the first part. The second part was essentially, how does the how does the problem affect the artist adversely? And what I tried to argue a little bit there is that artists tend to have a shotgun approach where they try to influence all people all the time, and they're not speaking the same language. And I'm trying to tell you how you worm your way into your spectacle of influence, thus gaining credibility, thus gaining influence, visibility, and probably money, freedom, whatever you want to call it. But it's like you can't be everybody's friend here, so you have to really pinpoint and forget no shotgun effect. Go straight for the jugular. I don't know. You know what I mean. Pinpoint where you want to go. All right, so number 3. All right, now we're going to talk about how do we remedy this situation if we're artists listening to this radio show and we rely on the shotgun effect. So how does the artist co-opt the problem in order to create value for themselves? Number 1, by far the biggest one, write this down. Ask yourself, what are you, the individual, going to bring to the table? The best way to influence people to get into these clusters of spectacle of influence is to bring something unique to the table. This is huge, guys, okay? I mean, I'm just like stomping the floor here on this. This is very big. You can't just show up and say, but I'm an artist too. I'm a singer too. I'm a writer too. It's like, so what? You're sitting at a table full of writers. They're not impressed with writing, okay? So you can't bring that to the table and expect to get into the influence. You have to do more than that. You have to fill F-I-L-L, fill a problem that is kind of collectively felt within a spectacle you're trying to influence. You have to be the quote-unquote go-to guy here. And if for some reason a lot of guys are trying to buy, I don't know, real estate, that are in, an actors guild that you're trying to get into and influence, and you just so happen to be, or your mom was a retired real estate agent for 35 years, well, guess what? You got something you can bring to the table. What can you bring that's unique to the table? What can you give back is a better way of saying that. Then you're in. Okay, number 2, you need to pinpoint an area that you are attempting to influence and start to generate or create friendships and situations that appeal to the leaders of the peoples you are attempting to influence. This goes back to number 1, basically, what are you bringing to the table? Because remember, guys, it's all opinions in this world. I don't care. I mean, people in morals or opinions, okay? It's all opinions in the world. There is no one way to get where you need to be. No proven path to success. Don't buy into that crap. Buy my system and you can da-da-da-da. There's no proven path to success. Simply following an outlined set of rules, just following the rules, will get you nowhere. People don't respect that. Now doing or following the rules while getting to know people and bringing your own whatever to the table, now that will get you in. Okay? Number 3, you have to worm your way into situations and groups in order to have the introduction needed to influence others. You need to be introduced by the right people so that people will essentially listen to you. You need that information. You need that introduction. The only way to get the confident pat on the back is to essentially shop the right people, know who to approach, know who to appeal to. Let them trust you in time and level with them, and then you're in. It's very simple that way. It's just like, don't BS people. Bring something to the table. Pinpoint the right group that you're trying to influence. Have a path that goes back to the artist blueprint. And then you just and then you find the individual in the group that can give you the pat on the back to kind of get you in there. The introduction. It's like, hey, I'd like you guys to meet my friend, da-da-da-da-da. He's this and this and this, and guess what? His mom used to be da-da-da-da-da. Oh, really? Come on in, sit down. It's very easy. Okay, number 4, genuinely become interested in people. Okay? I personally think people are fascinating. Even the ones that drive me nuts, even the beep, those guys, right? I think they're fascinating, obviously once I can get away from them and take a breather. But anyway, even the ones that drive you crazy, people have so many shared experiences from all over the world, shared experiences all over the world, that to me, it's very easy to create products and services that influence a large grouping of them. But you can't shotgun this product and influence and expect to have an effect. Okay, you have to have the introduction. The only way that you are going to influence them is to build trust. Okay, trust, and have an opinion. So, and the only way that this trust is going to happen is that you genuinely like people, because people are not dumb, contrary to popular belief, or I guess the better way of saying that is people are not duped for too long, and never ending. In other words, they're not duped forever. They may be duped initially, but let me rest assured, buddy, once they're on to you, you are out of there, man. And I think everybody has been in that situation at some point. It doesn't matter if it's someone you were trying to date, or a gallery you were trying to get into, or a publisher you were calling constantly. There comes a point where people can see through you. And that's why it becomes extremely important that you become genuinely interested in other people. And so that's how you co-opt the problem. What are you bringing to the table? Number 1, what are you bringing to the table? Number 2, you need to pinpoint an area that you are attempting to influence and start to create friendships and situations that appeal to the leaders of the people you are attempting to influence. Number 3, you have to worm your way into situations and groups in order to have the introduction needed to influence others. You need that friendly pat on the back. And number 4, genuinely become interested in people. You can't fake the last one, guys. People see through that. All right, we're done. You're listening to Art Business Mentor, the radio show on Talk Radio 1080 WKJK. If you missed any of this, check out artbusinessmentor.com. 2 tabs of interest on the left, Gary Crook blogger, and the radio show. And then you can re-listen to this at your leisure. You guys have a terrific week. We'll see you next time. Hey, small business, are you looking for a unique new advertising opportunity this year? Well, maybe you should try Art Business Mentor, the radio show. We're currently seeking to partner with local businesses that are supporting the arts industry. So go to artbusinessmentor.com and click that little link on the left called Become a Partner. There you'll see all the benefits you get for your advertising dollar. We also have excellent opportunities for new clients, so check it out. artbusinessmentor.com, become a partner.